What's up, everyone? This is Step One Finance. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Guys, if you're not subscribers yet, I appreciate it if you could do that. Help support my channel out. Leave comments. If you do not want to leave a comment or you have a question you want to ask me, go to steponefinance@aol.com and gently tap the like button. So let's get to today's video, guys. So guys, right off the bat, here's the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm going to leave it in the description below. If you guys want to purchase it through Amazon, I highly recommend reading this book. This book has changed my life. Between this and Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, which I'll also leave in the description below, but I'm not going to really talk about that today. But guys, these two books absolutely changed the way I think about money. And until you guys start changing the way you think about money, nothing's ever going to change for you. So basically the rat race in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I'm not going to get too much into it just because I want to get to what I want to elaborate on what he talks about in the book. You guys got to read the book in order to, get really in depth with what he talks about. So basically what he says is that, we play everything safe. We don't like to take risks. We don't like to invest our money because we're afraid to lose our money. But we're not afraid to spend our money, because when we spend our money, it makes us feel good. When we invest our money, we're too afraid. We're too scared that we're going to lose our money. So guess what? We just stay in the rat race. That's what the rat race is just staying where you are. You never progress in life. You just stay here, okay? You're here and you just keep going here. And you might even dip down because you're playing it safe, and sometimes you, go backwards. But if you take risks, and you try to invest your money, you start moving up. And he talks about how, even guys, people that make more money, it does not mean that you're better off because you're still not educated about money. So what's the difference between someone making $80,000 a year or $500,000 a year? Person making $80,000 a year buys a Chevy Traverse for $40,000 they can't afford. The person making $500,000 a year buys an $80,000 Lincoln Navigator they can't afford. Person making $80,000 a year purchases a house for $150,000. You're making $500,000 a year, you buy a $500,000 home. Person with $80,000 are buying 2 cars, $500,000 are buying 5 cars and a boat. I mean, you guys get the idea. So when you make more, you're just spending more. So now I want to elaborate on, what I've been taking away of what the rat race is also. Like I said, that's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's just a nitpick, guys. He talks about so much in that book, so go read it. So now I want to get to my part, okay? And how many of you guys just sit there and you just envision, what would I do with $1 million? If I only had $1 million, I could do this, 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 and this, okay? And then 2 months later, man, I just wish I had $1 million. I could do this, this, and this. When the lottery, big jackpot comes up, oh, if I only had 5 million, I could do this, 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 and this. And then 20 years later, what are you doing? If I only had $1 million, I could do this, this, and this. But you never change. You just keep going to these fantasy lands and you never change what you do. So 20 years ago, if you would have made the change and you would have started doing things differently, you could have that $1 million or be very close to that $1 million. But you played it safe. You were afraid to invest. You were afraid to lose money. So if you would have acted, if you would have created, if you would have changed, you might have that $1 million. Instead of envisioning it, you would have it. But you played it safe, so your life stayed on course. So other things that I feel like is the rat race is just, I talked about this in my last video. Everything is A, B, C, D, E. We're taught to go in order. Okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, and you have a so-so life. You'll be okay. You'll have some money for retirement. That's what we get taught, and it just falls to our kids, and it's going to fall to their kids, and it's going to fall to their kids. Until you start changing things up, things are always going to maintain the same for you and your family. What are some of the things I'm talking about? Retiring with a mortgage, retiring with debt, leasing a car because it's cheaper and people tell you it's the best way to do things, going to college because you were told it's the right thing to do. But college is not meant for everyone, but you're told it is. And when you're forced to go to college, more than likely you're going to be one of the 40% that come out of college and do not even get a job for what they just went to school for 4 years, 8 years, whatever. You're going to be one of the 40% not even needing a college education for the job that you have. Working overtime, working a second job so you could buy things you don't need or you cannot afford just to make yourself happy. But you will not work that overtime and second job to get yourself out of debt. Pleasing others before you please yourself. Buying that $40,000 car so you could get that wow factor, but not thinking about what's best for your household. Relying on a pension, relying on Social Security, relying solely on your company's 401k plan or whatever retirement plan they have. Buying big purchases towards the end of your working career. Mid-50s, late 50s, early 60s, going out and buy a $50,000 truck. Taking advice from people in debt. Taking advice from people that have expensive cars and big houses and fancy things just because you think they're good with their money when they suck with their money. Start doing what's right for you and your family and stop living beyond your means. To me, everything I just listed is just a fraction of what the rat race is. Being told and being taught, okay, this is what everyone else has done. This is what I've done. This is what my parents done. This is what my grandparents done. This is what our neighbors do. This is what our friends do. This is what our families do. And look at all of them. They're all in debt. So like I said in my last video, I'm not trying to be rude, but if you don't teach your kids differently, then they're going to end up like you. In debt, living beyond your means, and not being able to retire at a decent age because you have way too much debt late in your life. So guys, sometimes these videos might come off harsh, but you guys need reality. You need a reality check. You need to know that you guys are not doing the things the right way, and you need to start changing. You need to do things differently. So watching me and not acting and not creating wealth and not changing, guys watching, and then you're just wasting your time. Every day that goes by that you do not start paying off your debts and start preparing for your future and start preparing for your kids' future and start teaching them what you're learning, it's a day wasted. So it's time to change. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.